What is all this?
DeLynn, I'm social distancing.
I know, the new world we live in, right?
Listen to me. Social distancing has been around for a very long time. It's nothing new to society. Hello everybody, my name is Barry Horvath and this is Moving Forward TV with your local market update.
And I am DeLynn Gaston. Thank you so much for joining us today.
No, thank you.
With our pile. Yay! Hey, we're going to be throwing these out like they do at the games, right?
Actually, at the end of the show, we're going to auction all of these babies off.
All you have to do is go online and...
Yeah, register to win.
That's right.
You know, it's so funny. We're trying to make light of a heavy situation because a lot of people are going through a lot of challenges right now.
And a lot of panicking.
A lot of panicking.
I know.
Just kind of goes to show that there's plenty of toilet paper right here in our studio. So if you need any, there's no shortage, clearly.
Don't give out the address, though.
I know. Yeah.
I know. It's a little weird. Shelves are empty. You know, we're obviously this is a very serious matter that is going on. But I think people are just getting a little too panicked.
True. Contrary to popular belief, the sky is not falling.
That's right.
But the world is changing, and we're having to evolve to the new way of doing things.
Right.
So, if you
need to trade toilet paper for other things, then you got to do that. So, funny story.
Oh, I knew you would tell it.
I know. So, my coffee, I don't go very far without coffee. And
what do you mean you don't go very far? You don't go anywhere without coffee.
That's right. And on the way to the studio, I said, hey, can you stop and get me a cup of coffee? So he goes through the drive-thru, and the guy said, he tells him what I wanted, 2 sweet and low in my coffee. And the guy said, oh, we're out of sweet and low. And Barry said, I'll trade you toilet paper for it.
Suddenly he came up with sweet and low.
I guess he didn't need toilet paper so bad.
No, he thought I was going to throw him a roll right then and there. No,
and you would have.
Listen, there's just some things you don't come back without, and coffee for DeLynn is one of those things. So let's talk about the impact of this coronavirus is having on the real estate market and how people are going to have to make some changes and adjustments. And the first thing I want to mention is, I don't know about you, but I got calls this week that people said, I heard mortgage rates are dropping.
I know. The phone, has been going nuts since last week when the government announced that they were lowering the Fed funds rate to 0. Well, that made the world think that mortgage rates were going to 0. No, mortgage rates did not go to 0. The federal funds rate is totally different than mortgage rates, and mortgage rates have not declined. For a little bit, they went down a smidgen for about 5 minutes, and then they went back up again. The Fed funds rate is totally different than mortgage rates, so my phone has not stopped ringing with people wanting to refinance at like 1%. Not happening, guys. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I would love to refinance myself as well at 1%, but that's just not going to happen.
I'm going to be at 0.
You're going to be at 0.
No, that's not real. But you know what? Rates are good. But
rates are very good.
Volatile.
Extremely
volatile.
Like I just said, they came down to 2.8 for 5 minutes, and then it went back up to 3.5, and then it went back up to 4.5, and then it came back down to 4. I mean, they are like a seesaw.
And it's all has to do with this market.
All has to
and
do
the
with what's
stock
going
market.
on.
And for those
And the scare of what's going, the scare
Yep.
of the virus.
It is a scare.
And how bad is it going to be?
I think that we're being proactive as a nation, which I'm in favor of, but there is a certain amount of panic. Like, this is panic.
Yes.
A family of 4 doesn't even need this much toilet paper if we were to be shut down for 2 weeks.
Right. I
mean,
know.
And so people are worried we're going to be shut down for I don't know how long.
I don't know. And what do they think, that they're going to stop manufacturing toilet paper?
No, there's really no shortage right now, and supplies are coming in every day. So.
And the other thing was the water. The water is all gone from the, I can understand the Clorox wipes because I wanted to get a lot of Clorox wipes too. But water, what's wrong with your tap?
Yeah.
It's not like a hurricane where we're losing power, right? We're still going to have the ability to turn on our water.
There is a panic right now.
Yeah, so things are going a little bit crazy.
So that panic creates the volatility in the markets. And there are people getting laid off right now. I mean,
and that is definitely scary.
And gyms are shutting down, bars are being shut down.
Churches.
Nightclubs, churches. So essentially people are going to be out of work.
Right.
Is it short term? Is it long term? At this point, unfortunately, we don't know.
Right.
But it is going to impact our world in the real estate world, the mortgage world, the financial world, and it already has. So we see it with the hysteria of mortgage rates and refinances. I mean, there were some opportunities within hours for people to refinance
literally
at a lower rate.
Hours.
and they'll be back right now. For those you don't know, there is an influx of refis coming in.
Right, because when the rates did drop down like a week and a half ago or whatever, they dropped down very low. A whole bunch of refi, and people who were just up in the 4s or 5s anyway, it just, opened up.
It made sense to drop in and maybe lower.
and do it.
And your loan size will determine if it makes sense or not.
Right.
But
not everybody is going to make sense.
No, but, talk to somebody like us or a professional that can help you make that decision. My advice to people right now is get your application in if you're even considering, and look at it. And if a rate comes in that you like, you better lock in on it, because it may not be there. Because we're seeing changes like by the minute.
Literally. I used to say to people, interest rates change on a daily basis, but now it's like on a
minutely basis.
Minute by minute basis.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Like within 5 minutes it could change.
So anybody that says, what's your rate? You don't
I don't know.
And I'm going to tell you, here's the reality. The rates right now are up higher because the lenders as a whole are trying to slow down that volume of the influx of applications.
Because and this is the entire nationwide, every lender out there has raised the rates back up to slow down the volume because they can't get through. They cannot get through the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of applications that are coming in.
And people are working overtime.
Yes.
And,
And now, and that's just because of the rate drop. With the whole coronavirus being something a little bit different, with the social distancing and the schools closing, colleges closing, all of these things. Well, people who have small children, guess what? A lot of underwriters, processors, things like that, people who work in banks and lending institutions, they've got small children. Well, the daycares are closed, so people are working at home. Well, it takes a little while to set them up at home based upon, everything is computerized these days, right?
Sure.
No such thing as a regular old, paper application anymore. Everything is on the computer, so we have to make sure people are set up properly in their homes. Well, that takes a little time, which is going to slow down. In addition to the volume, it's going to slow things down a little bit because we're trying to set people up at home to work at a safe distance.
And this is affecting the purchase market as well in real estate, because remember, people that had down payment money 2 weeks ago lost
in the market
20, 30, maybe even 40% of the value of their account. They're not going to have that money anymore to close. We've already seen cancellation of contracts.
Right.
So it's a domino effect.
Cash deals, they've canceled the contract because they've lost so much money in the market.
So keep that in mind, and people are rushing to close, right now, kind of force things through. It's not going to happen right now
No,
with the
you just-
volume of business out
So
there.
what our people are telling us pretty much every single day is don't push, be calm, and be kind. Everyone is doing the best job that they can. They really are. Everyone, the underwriters are working overtime. They're working on the weekends and such. They're trying to get through the volume. The closers, they're all backed up. They're trying to get through what they can get through. And again, keep in mind, on a limited or a little bit less of a staff, because we're also trying to set people up at home. So that's taken a person out of the rotation, for the next file in line. So everyone is doing the best job that they can. So be patient and be kind.
Yeah. So, and you as a person, if you're a real estate professional or whatever you are, you probably ought to start looking at, understanding that we are going to be in some type of slowdown, recession.
This is the
of
new
house.
world.
Yeah.
Just like
So
after 9/11, just like after the real estate crash of 2008, this, it's a whole new world that we're going to, and
It is.
we adjusted both of those times, and we're going to adjust again, but, it's funny, we were talking about this earlier, during the crash of 2008, I was one of those people that kept on thinking, oh, it'll be fine. Give it a month or two. Give it a
Right.
month or two, and
Right.
everything is going to be fine. Well, it took us 10 years to recover from that crash.
Right.
So we don't know how long this is going to be, but something to keep in mind is to prepare yourselves now.
Yes.
It's not same old, same old.
No,
You
I agree.
need to change what you're doing.
I agree. So
This
need
is a
to
new world.
Take a look at your personal finances, your business finances. Where can you cut? And that would be my suggestion to you
Right.
is, don't cut on your marketing. You need to ramp that up right now more than ever. But be prepared to cut out some expenses that you didn't have
Right.
before, because you are going to see this rippling effect from this. And it could be short term. Let's hope
Right.
it is.
Let's hope so.
Let's you just don't know. It's too unpredictable. But let's be smart about it.
But when things change in the world, you need to change with them. The worst thing you can do is stay the course that you're on. As things start to evolve and change in the world, you need to change too. Doesn't mean run out and buy 1,000,000 rolls of toilet paper, but it does mean
Yeah, I've spent more on. I've stocked up on some food. I'm part of the panic hysteria because you can't find certain things. I was in Sam's Club today. There's no chicken. There's no ground beef. There's no bread. There's no milk. There's no eggs.
see?
And it's
Is that crazy or
yeah.
what?
And
I'm
it's
beginning
not-
to wish I got chickens like when my husband said so. Don't even say anything in the back room.
Yeah, but it'll be back. There's no shortage of food out there.
No, well, there'll be a run on chickens. Everyone's going to run out and get chickens.
Yeah, I know. We create our own hysteria. We created this mess. No pun
I know.
intended.
But bum.
I know.
So anyway, we wanted to touch base on some really good bits of information that something that was shared by Gary Keller to Keller Williams agents. So kudos to you guys. Our management staff also shared this information with us, which we thought was pretty good information to share with all of you. It's about getting back to the basics. So again, the very first thing on the list is, wake up and pay attention is basically what it says. Make no mistake about it, we are in a different world today. And to the best of our knowledge, we need to react now to what's going on and not think that, like I said, status quo, keep going, and the same thing that you're doing. You need to change now. You need to turn. You need to pivot. I like what it says in here. When the tide is high and all the ships are sailing, that's nice. But when the tide recedes, if you don't turn your rudder, turn and go in a different direction, you're going to get grounded.
Yep.
So,
I agree.
And that's really, I thought that was a really good way of
did.
putting it.
And
You have to change.
You do have to change.
Yeah.
And I'm going to preach again about learning to live on less. Probably right now is not the time, and I don't want to hurt the economy by saying this, but maybe not the best time to go out and buy that brand new car and increase expenses until something subsides with this virus.
Right.
Let's cut expenses. Let's learn to live lean. A penny
Right.
saved is a penny earned.
And it's not as hard to do it once you start doing it.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised
Be
at how
prepared.
quickly it adds up.
You know what I read a lot of stats on, and we're in a better position today than we were in 2009, because if you all remember, people were using houses as, piggy banks.
ATMs.
They were.
Yeah.
They were pulling cash out. We don't have that happening now. There's actually 18% less debt today than there was in consumer debt in 2009.
We're smarter.
So people learn from that. So, now might be the time, if you're looking to refinance, to maybe consolidate some of the high interest credit card debt.
Right.
Get that payment down now.
Right.
So you can manage the cash flow. Don't say, oh, I don't want to go into debt. You're already in debt.
I know.
Lower
We're just
the
showing you a
interest
better way
rate.
of paying it back.
Yeah. So what if it's over 30 years?
Right.
Really, who cares?
If it helps you today.
Don't go to a 15-year note. That's the biggest mistake I think people make. Make your payment affordable for you so you can live leaner and smarter.
Going to a 15-year note is going to increase your payment $200 to $400 a month.
Depending on your loan size.
Right.
And
take that $200 to $400. If you have that extra $200 to $400 a month, put it into an investment account so that you can
have cash.
earn interest on it, and you have liquidity.
Or use it to pay off higher interest debt.
It's not going to do you a dang bit of good having a house that's almost debt
Don't
free.
you love when you see people, they want to do a 15-year note, and you see they have all this high credit card debt? It makes no sense that they're paying 13, 16, 23%, 29% on.
These are just some tips, people. Basically, what we're saying is talk to a financial advisor. Don't. There's a lot of different angles that you can look at, and every single person. Don't do what your next door neighbor did, or don't do what your mom and dad did.
Don't take advice from your plumber.
Don't take advice from other people. Go to the professionals and take advice from them, because everyone's situation, your situation isn't exactly like your parents' was 20 years ago. So everyone's situation is different.
And I wasn't picking on plumbers. I'm just saying.
And we went off on a tangent. That was not in our notes anywhere.
Exactly. Exactly.
But we do want to say, be lean.
Become
Think
lean.
of savings.
You know what? And I think
not spending as much.
Now is the time to keep investing in this market. If you got a 401k, don't pull out. You should be buying more. It's low, and I know that doesn't feel good, but you're buying shares. As long as you have a long-term horizon,
as long as you're not retiring in 3 months.
And depending on your age and circumstances, again, talk to your advisor about that, getting help. But don't panic.
Right.
Don't panic now.
Don't panic and pull everything out and put it in a coffee can and dig a hole in your backyard.
You want to be in when this market pivots.
Yes.
You really do.
And again, it will. The change is coming. Just like this change came very fast, the pivot is going to come very fast as well.
And if history repeats itself, go back to the 1920s, right?
See?
The market was down here, then it went up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. But overall, the market trend is up. And I know it doesn't feel good right now. People are saying, I lost money. No, you only lost money if you cashed in.
If you take it out.
Exactly. So
you're going to take it out and put it in that coffee can in the backyard.
And something else that's important to me and near and dear is support a local business.
Yes.
Don't stop supporting them if they have takeout. Buy from them.
Right.
It's going to be tough
Good
times
point.
for them. If you can use Uber Eats or what is it called, Dash. What is the
DoorDash.
DoorDash or Favor or any of those apps to get your food. Grubhub's another great one. People still want to have that not cook mentality. I know you think it every day. What do I not want to cook tonight?
I totally hate cooking.
But you can use these apps and support a local business,
I know.
even if the restaurant.
I don't like that part about don't eat out anymore. Oh.
I know, it's going to be rough.
But it is. But I do understand it. And we might be, we don't know, we might, it's just safer to keep your distance from people right now, because we just want to get past this. We want to flatten the curve. We want to get past this as quickly as we can as a nation.
Those are the key words, flatten the curve. I've heard
Flatten
that
the curve.
4 times,
Yes.
5 times. Do you know what? Here's the fact. China's curve is already flattening.
See, China's curve is already flattened, and Italy is on its way.
That's where it started.
Right, and Italy was the second worst.
Just hang out. Be smart,
this can happen, but
safe.
all of us have to do this. We all have to pitch in together and bite the bullet and just do this. And the faster we do, we all get on the same page and we do this, the faster we'll start the recovery again.
Yeah, so don't panic, but be smart. Let's take this serious.
Yeah.
But let's not panic
I know.
about this.
So some of the other really cool things, do you want to touch on
Sure,
those? Do we have
sure,
time? Okay.
absolutely.
So it says double down on leads. I totally agree with that. Like you said, so this is the time to market. So there will be some people who are panicking and actually jumping out and, canceling contracts and things like that. But there is not going to be, there will be less business out there, which means you're going to have to double your front line. Double up on what you're doing, double up on your marketing, double up on your lead generation system. The last thing that you want to do is stop it.
Yeah, you're going to have to follow up more probably in this market because people are going to be a little gun shy right now about purchasing a new home. They just are because they're afraid. And are you going to see price drops? I don't think you're going to see them right away.
I don't think so either.
If this goes on long term, to say 90, 120 days, and then if people start getting laid off, unemployment sets in, then there may be a possibility of some price drops because people can't afford their mortgage payments. You get some panic and selling in the market.
I've actually already had somebody calling me and say, is there going to be any programs? I have no idea. Programs for people who are who want to buy a house, have no money, and are looking to get into the market, and they might be losing their job.
Okay, those are the same people that want that 0% interest rate mortgage.
I don't even know. I don't even know if we're going to need programs. Like the down payment assistance. Is there going to be 100% assistance? Are we going to need that? We don't know. People are panicking a little bit too quickly.
Yeah, I mean, people are going to keep wanting to buy houses. People are going to build houses.
You're going to have some people jump back on the fence and sitting on the fence again and waiting. So that's why I said there will be less business, but you need to ramp up.
And again, this could be very short term, and that's what we're all hoping for.
Right.
But make no mistake, it will have an impact on your business right now. We're already seeing it. So
yeah.
But yeah, I like the idea of people, if you got a lot of cash, maybe it's a good time to buy.
And then our last point on here, lean into the market of the moment. To succeed in the market, you must understand it. So instead of just adding to the problem and the panic and everything else, look for solutions. There will be a solution. You just have to find a different way of doing something, So you might have to change your marketing. You might have to do something a little bit differently. Again, what we said in the beginning, don't keep on doing the same old, same old.
Yeah.
So yes, we have an issue going on right now. Yes, we have a problem that's in the market right now, but there's always a solution, and there will be a solution. You need to turn and find that solution.
I agree. And you know what? You can have small gatherings.
Right.
To network.
Networking groups, they've been doing them online and such.
So
there you go.
people
So
are
there's a
using-
solution.
Here's another solution, Zoom. If you haven't used the Zoom app, you ought to use it because you can have multiple people. It's free.
Right.
Download it, and you can have video conferences with multiple
And if you're one of
people.
those agents who's old-fashioned, and I get it because I am too, embrace technology. I know we've been talking about it for years with the whole Facebook, I don't Facebook and I don't Instagram and all that. Guess what? You might want to start doing that now because with the social distancing, you might not want to be putting people in your car and driving them to houses.
Right.
People are going to be a little bit funny about things like that. So show it to them online.
Yeah.
Show it to them online.
Yeah. You know, with Zoom, you can actually you can video conference and you can have a chalkboard in there and you can show them photos while you're zooming in at the same time. So, yeah, that's a viable solution. You're not going to meet at Starbucks right now. You cannot go to Starbucks and sit down and have a cup of coffee.
They're
it just
all
doesn't
closing.
happen. Yeah,
They're all closing or takeout only or they've got limitations.
Drive-throughs happening. So
the new world.
Yeah, it is the new world. Yeah, so I'm told that the studio we're in,
yes,
Tampa Bay Multimedia, they'll stream anything.
They'll just
So maybe
you
streaming,
can do streaming.
real estate, properties, houses, people are going to look more online.
I know a lot of the real estate companies have weekly meetings that
Yep.
they're probably not going
Yeah.
to be having anymore. So, and
Absolutely.
education, a lot of the, like Keller Williams has a lot of education classes. They can
Yes.
look to stream those. The West Pasco Board of Realtors, any Board of Realtors, Pro, they
Right.
have classes all the time. And I know that they're looking for ways of doing those classes safer for everyone while we're in this period of we're not sure, you know?
Yes, I agree. So you know what? Make change. That's
Make
all I can say.
change.
Make change
That's what
now.
we gotta do.
Don't wait till it's too late.
Don't just ride the
make the
crazy
change.
train.
I know.
Don't just ride the panicky crazy train.
I know. We
It's
do.
okay. It's our new world. Getting panicky and getting crazy is not going to fix anything.
Nope.
It's just going to put yourself into a panic and
Nope.
make your heart go faster.
Nope.
Let's look for solutions and work together on this. We'll get through it. We've
Yes,
gotten
we
through
will.
so many things before. We will get through this,
All right,
people.
Since we don't have a segment for community events right now, we're going to postpone all those because
Right.
they've all been postponed. Let's talk about the way the mortgage firm is looking at files right now because they know people are getting laid off. So our underwriters are having to look
Right.
a little harder. And I think it's important for our buyers, sellers, people refinancing understand
Right.
what's going on there. So I know, there's some little tips we can do. Like if you do get laid off or your hours are cut, your debt to income ratio may change on qualifying for the house you want to buy or
Right.
refinance. So an idea might be you can add a co-borrower.
Right.
And they don't have to live with you.
Right.
It can be mom, dad, cousin Freddie, whoever. Doesn't
Right.
matter. It can be a fiance, a partner, Uncle Bob. Any of those people can
Right.
jump on the file with you and help you with the debt ratio.
Or perhaps if maybe it's a husband and wife on there, maybe one of them has, not a lot of income, but they have a lot of debt. Maybe if we take that other person, the person with a lot of debt off, maybe the other one, we can stretch ratios a little bit so that the one qualifies on their own. So
There's a way.
our underwriting team is amazing.
Right.
My
Wait a
personal opinion, they're the best in the
We're
world.
amazing because we always figure out ways to do things. We question each other all the time.
I know we do.
And I was like, I already tried that. I already thought of that.
I know we do.
Yep.
But
The
we have an amazing underwriting team who
We
is
do.
always looking for ways to make these things work.
And-
We want to work with you guys to make these deals close. We don't want you to lose your contract or lose your house either.
Another-
Just because, at insult to injury, your job hours got cut.
Right, but of course we can also pay off debt to help qualify
Right.
as well. So sometimes, that credit card debt or car payment got out of hand, that debt can be paid off to actually help you qualify for the loan that you need to lower that interest rate, to lower that monthly payment, or to buy the house that you've been wanting.
Right.
So we got
So
some.
we're
we got
here to
options.
help you. Reach
Yeah.
out to us.
Yeah.
Let us know what we can do for
You know
you.
what? I'm sad we're not going to share any community events. We do have a lunch and learn scheduled. I know. We'll talk about that on our next show. Make decisions if that'll
Right.
be going.
That would
we
be our
hope that it's
April
going to be
1.
going April 10th. We hope that we're going to do it, but at this point, we don't know.
We're not sure.
Yeah, we don't know, and we
Because
hope
we're
that
more than 10 people.
exactly. And we hope that baseball starts, and we hope hockey comes back, and we hope that football kicks on. And I can't wait for Tom Brady to be in a Buccaneer uniform.
Yeah, I'm sure you can't.
But anyway, all
Thank you,
good.
everybody.
Yeah, thanks for sharing our show. Thanks for hanging with us, and get us out there. Like us. We're on all the social media stuff.
We are today and every day.
Moving forward.
We'll see you all next week.
Have
Bye-bye.
a great week, everybody.